Yeah. WrestleMania is over with, brah. It's over with, brah. Now we got Monday Night Raw tonight. So I'm not gonna lie to you, I didn't watch Monday Night Raw. I was watching a podcast earlier, some gentlemen who were covering Monday Night Raw, but I personally didn't watch it myself. However, everybody was wondering what's going to happen on Raw regarding with Cody Rhodes after he won the championship. And apparently, The Rock appeared on Raw, which I thought, if anything, it'd probably be Roman Reigns. But nonetheless, The Rock had a segment with Cody Rhodes, and apparently it was like almost a 45-minute segment, but it was kind of condensed down to like 9 minutes, like the most important part of the show, I guess, between these two. And so I'm going to go ahead and do kind of like a reaction to the video and just watch it. And then, y'all hear the audio. Y'all aren't going to be able to see the footage, but y'all watch the audio. And from there, we'll critique it. Without further ado, The Rock, Cody Rhodes, full segment. Maybe I should wait. Hey, Jockman, what's going on? Best time to be a wrestling fan. I feel like a kid again, man. I can rewind the damn clock, man. I can rewind the clock and be a kid again for like 5 or 10 minutes. That would be great. Well, wrestling brings people together. If there's anybody that can bring wrestling together, it's the WWE. Wrestling fans know, and in my opinion, I've watched football, basketball, baseball, professional wrestling. I watch soccer. Well, I'm only really in the World Cup, and video gaming, horror movies. Every genre I've been a part of has fans, right? Whatever your interests are, you're going to gravitate towards people that have common interests with you, right? So this is common sense. But nothing beats wrestling fans. Why do I say that? A lot of people are going to say, well, why would you say that to beats wrestling fans? Because professional wrestling is sort of like a virtual reality. It's like putting on a headset. It takes you away from all the bullshit that's going on in the world. And you can just enjoy a good show of wrestling, right? And whether you grew up in the Attitude Era, the Ruthless Aggression Era, the PG Era, the Golden Era, or any other era that I might have missed, one thing is for certain, that wrestling fans, it's nothing beats being in a genre with wrestling fans. It doesn't matter if you're 6 years old or 66. Like, we all just, when you watch a show, you go to an event, Raw, SmackDown, a pay-per-view, whatever, WrestleMania, Royal Rumble, and you go to a show and wrestling fans are there, like, you've never met these people before. They come up to you, they just start talking to you out of nowhere. It's like you knew each other for years, for decades. I experienced this when I went to the Royal Rumble in 2017. I went to WrestleMania 30 when Undertaker lost the streak to Brock Lesnar. Daniel Bryan wins the championship. People from everywhere were just coming out of nowhere and just having random conversations with you. It was just the greatest feeling of the world, man. It's like there was no cancel culture in wrestling. Anybody could say anything they want to say, no matter how controversial it may be. And everybody was just cool as shit, man. And it was just like, that's sort of the only like 3 hours where you can kind of get away from the rest of the bullshit that goes on outside of the wrestling event. And when you have to insert yourself into the real world where cancel culture exists, you have to watch what the fuck you say. You can't say you like women. You can't say you like men. You can't do shit. But in wrestling, you can do all that. You can talk about wrestling back in the day, bra and panties matches. You can say, hey, remember this racial segment where these guys were like, everybody just comes together, man. Y'all know the deal, man. Wrestling fans nobody beats a wrestling fan because I'm part of the YWC, YouTube wrestling community, right? When I first came in here, 2013, 2014, you had Wrestling Jesus, you had Prodigal Hill, you had Charlie Wolfcow, all these guys. And they would all come up with these funny segments, right? And no matter how controversial it got, nobody cared. It was like, that was like, nobody cared about cancel culture. Like, we all respected that. Like, there's this guy, this black guy with glasses. He's real funny. He has a racist Obama gimmick, and it's cool because when we watch his videos, and every word out of his mouth is honky this, and I'm like, I'm watching, and it's like, hey man, what kind of work is this? So you'll watch to see where the storyline goes, and it's just like, there's no hatred or nothing, because like everybody's just throwing shade at each other, but at the end of the day, it's all fun, man. And it's like, outside of the YWC, outside of wrestling, then you go into the real world, you can't say anything, you can't do shit, and it's just like you have to go back to the real world, I guess. But wrestling gives you a virtual reality. It's like you put on this headset where you could just be anybody you want to be, even if how ridiculous you look. You still like think you're the macho man. You'll jump off the fucking table in your house and elbow drop your dog or whatever. Dude, I remember I used to watch wrestling, right? And hardcore. And I had a small dog in my room, right? His name was Frisky. He was a half Chihuahua, half Dachshund. And I would watch SmackDown, and I would get all pumped up, right? I'm all excited, right? And Jericho and The Rock would get their ass kicked every Thursday night, and the faction would come out and beat the crap out of these guys. So I would get all pumped up and watching the whole 3-hour segment. And then I would just start wrestling my dog, man. And I wouldn't hurt him or nothing, but I would just pretend like I'm elbow dropping him, and I would go for the pin, and I would 1, 2, and I would make him kick out. Dude, those were the good old days, man. I mean, wrestling, is the only show where you could be like fucking 90 years old and pretend you're 5, and everybody's just cool with the shit, dude. There's no cancel culture, no nothing. And then as soon as you leave wrestling, you got to go to the real world, and you sit down and you're like, you can't say you like anybody, you can't say you hate anybody. Everybody's waiting to cancel you, and you're like, you're just sitting there at your fucking job or your fucking house, and you have to watch every fucking thing you say. But it's like, when I go to these wrestling shows, it doesn't matter if it's sexist, homophobic, racist, whatever. Everything goes in wrestling, dude. And every wrestling fan knows there's a written rule that this shit is acceptable. And you walk right into that motherfucker, and people are firing shots at each other and stuff. And it was like, there's no such thing as cancel culture in wrestling. Even in today, behind closed doors, where guys are going at it and they're throwing all these insults and they're doing these racial roasts. And it's like, everyone's like, yeah, man, what kind of work is this, man? Yeah. And it's like, now, when you go outside of wrestling, you can't do shit, man. So that's why wrestling gives you a chance to be a kid for 4 or 5 hours, get a chance to be an immature kid, and then until it's time to go back into the real world. So that's why I say wrestling has that virtual reality hat that you get to wear, man. And it's cool, And, you got your old wrestlers that sort of give you that. Seriously, though, I can't tell how many times we got kicked out of class. Nah, facts. Nah, man. No, like, the cool thing about wrestling is, man, I went to the WrestleMania 30, right? And check this out. I went to WrestleMania 30, right? And check this out. We were in a hotel. It was me and this guy named Michael Proud. He gave me a ride to WrestleMania 30. We rode from Houston all the way to New Orleans. And we're on Bourbon Street, right? And he's the one buying drinks or whatever, right? I'm not drinking or anything like that, but I was smoking a little bit. And so we hit up the strip club and all these other places, right? And then we had a hotel right in Slidell. It's right across Lake Pontchartrain. You go I-10 East, and we're going upwards, right? And there was a place called Shoney's there, but they're not there no more. But it's like a Mom and Paul Denny's. They got like a breakfast buffet place, which is one of the best places I ever had. There's no more Shoney's, by the way. They're closed. So I went to the last one in 2014. So there's no more Shoney's. But they had a great breakfast bar and an all-you-can-eat buffet. And I remember we're sitting at the hotel room. We're upstairs, right? And we're playing fucking Nintendo 64. And we're playing the No Mercy, right? And we cranked the thing up real loud. We're watching all the wrestling shows, right? From WrestleMania 7, WrestleMania 11. We're up all fucking night. And people kept knocking on our door like, hey! And I'm thinking they're complaining like the fucking music's too loud, right? And I open the door, I'm like, what? And they're like, and a guy with a Macho Man shirt on, and another guy dressed like Hulk Hogan, and another guy dressed like Ultimate Warrior. He's like, are you watching wrestling, brother? And I'm like, yes! And they're like, I can hear it from downstairs. We want to play. And I'm like, all right, so open the door. And guys are coming in all hours of the night, man. And we're all playing. And then the Nintendo 64, just fucking playing that shit all fucking night, man. I'll never get that experience again, ever again. It was fun, man. And the guy was doing the Ultimate Warrior. He was like, come on, man, come on, let me in, man. I'm like, come on, man, come on, you come on in, man. And so I had Macho Man and Ultimate Warrior, and all these guys are all dressed up in their suits, man, and we're playing the fucking 64 in the middle of the night, dude. All night long. We were playing from 8 p.m. to fucking 8 a.m. the next day. And then we're sitting there like 12 hours go by, and everybody's taking turns playing the Nintendo 64, and we all look at each other like, damn, ain't today the Friday? Yeah, so Friday comes along, we have to go to, where they do the autograph signing. So we all get dressed, and we all race down to the convention center, right, the Smoothie King Center in New Orleans, and we're walking the streets, and we go inside the convention center, and they had Jim the Knight, Anvil Neidhart with the speaker. You had the NWO was there. I think the Wyatt family was there, and there were some other people there. But we waited in the line with Jim the Anvil Neidhart. It took 3 fucking hours to get his autograph, man. But I waited every single second, man. Oh man, you can't get that shit, man. I'm telling you, man. You cannot get that shit, man. And so then Friday night comes along after the autograph sessions are done. Anyways, so we go back to playing Nintendo 64. And then so all these people are coming in and out of the doors throughout the night. I never met these motherfuckers before, and they're all coming in and out. We just left the door open. We're just like, fuck it. And we're playing the Nintendo 64, No Mercy. And we're playing WrestleMania. And we're sitting there playing, and everybody's got their controller and stuff, right? No screen watching. And we're just sitting there playing the Nintendo 64. And all these guys are coming in because they can hear the damn TV. So they just coming in all hours of the night. Dude, nothing beats being a wrestling fan. I'm telling you, nothing beats being a wrestling fan, because I'm telling you, people come together. There's no such thing as race. There's no such thing as gender wars. None of that shit exists in wrestling. Like, if you're a wrestling fan, it's kind of an unwritten rule. You know what to expect when you get there. You know people are going to say shit. So you're just like, fuck it, it's a work. So you laugh it off, man. And that's what I wish the world would be like now. Society would be like, just laugh shit off. Now it's just like you have to watch everything you say. You can't fucking say shit. You can't do shit. So you just have to, but when wrestling, man, for 4 hours with your buddies, you can laugh, get along with each other. Everybody have a beer or soda. We meet up at the Big City Wings over here, and we meet up for the pay-per-views. And I'm telling you, nothing beats that. Nothing beats that. You know? Oh, here's another thing, man. We went to Bourbon Street, and everybody was like practicing their wrestling moves on each other. So I remember I was walking in the crowd, and like one of my buddies came from behind me and tried to put me in the Taz mission. So that was pretty cool. So he like locked me in on the Taz mission, and then my buddy's like, hey, I'm gonna try that super kick move real quick. So he was like trying to super kick like a random person in the crowd, because like everybody was just like pushing each other and trying to do wrestling moves on each other. Dude, you can't beat that shit, man. This was, oh, man, I'll tell you, WrestleMania 30 is a memorable moment in my life where I went to actually go to my first Mania. Ventura, Hogan, Piper, all... The brother shakes Hogan's image, man, just smelt the Budweiser. Yeah. Seriously, though, I can't tell how many times we got kicked out of class and standing in the... A kayfabe tombstone my cat once, and my girlfriend about to have a heart attack. Bro, I'm telling you, man, nothing beats it, man. The honky tonk, man. Oh, yeah, honky tonk. Boosh Blitz is another one, too. I watched both nights of Mania. That's what's up. Cringeworthy. Oh, yeah, man. Nothing beats wrestling, bro. I tell you what, man. This is probably the first time I've watched a Mania in a while where I've actually got pretty excited about wrestling. When I first found out Cody Rhodes versus Roman, I'm like... I kind of know Cody's going to win. We kind of like see this coming a mile away. And then so they throw in the Rock Roman thing to kind of throw people off. And then so it's like, okay, so everybody's kind of like, okay, where's this going? And I was okay with the Rock versus Roman at Mania, but again, that Cody won 2 Rumbles in a row, kind of makes sense to do that. and then Cody ended up winning the match. Well, he lost the first night, so I said, okay, yeah, he's probably going to win tomorrow then. That kind of makes sense. And then the next night on Sunday is when you got to see Undertaker, John Cena, The Rock. I thought that was really cool how they kind of like inserted them into the matches. My favorite match, of course, from the first night, Sami Zayn and Gunther. That was a really good match. And then the main event, of course. What I kind of like what they did, which was smart on their part. They did two things that I like. Number one is they brought the families down to the ringside, and they allowed the wrestlers to trash talk the families of the people they're going at. I thought that was really cool. And then, of course, the following night when when the Rock was talking shit to Cody's parents, I was like, ooh, okay. That was pretty cool. And so it kind of gave like a trash talk rivalry feel to it. I thought that was really cool. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and review this Raw segment real quick. It's the audio.
No harm. I grew up in professional wrestling just like you did. I love pro wrestling titles. I've held every single one of these hands, but I've never held that one.
The Rock said he's never held that belt. Interesting.
You want to hold this one?
Oh.
I do. You can hold this one for a moment. As long as I can hold yours.
Oh. So The Rock's got his Brahma Bull title, and Cody's got the WWE Championship. So he wants to hold Cody's WWE title, but in exchange to hold his belt. All right.
Sure, of course. Absolutely. I'd be honored for you to hold the People's Champ title. Yes.
I think they exchanged belts here. Do they? Yeah. The Rock's putting it around his shoulder now. You know, The Rock's getting booed. So he's selling that heel character really well. I mean, obviously there's a lot of Cody fans in the ring. I mean, in the ringside. So obviously Cody sold the fact that he's the face of the company real well. He's now going to be the title holder. And I didn't know how this was going to work at first. I'm like, I don't know if Cody's going to get over with the fans on this. I thought that's why I said maybe they should leave the belt on Roman or let The Rock somehow get the belt. But it seems like to me the fans are accepting of Cody as champion, and The Rock is selling that heel gimmick really good. So maybe it was meant for Cody to win the belt. Just saying, food for thought.
I gotta say that this
probably a locker room going through people's bags.
Feels right. Thank you, Cody.
Thank you, Cody. Now he's handing the belt back. Okay, The Rock gets his belt back. So both are exchanging titles.
Thank you very much for that. That means a lot. So Cody Rhodes, as you know, and as many of you know, The Rock, he's got to go away for a little while now.
Oh, man, that breaks my heart, man. Oh, that breaks my heart, man. Y'all hear that, man? The Rock's going away for a while. Oh, man, that breaks my heart. The Rock's going away for a while. That's the only reason why I wanted to review this video. The audio to it. Because now The Rock's leaving us. And The Rock made it cool to be a kid again. And he made it cool to be a wrestling fan again. The Rock brought back his heel Hollywood gimmick. He brought back the Hollywood theme song, kind of intertwined it with his first two theme songs, and he put over Cody Rhodes and did the final boss stuff. I thought that was really cool. Now only to hear The Rock is going to be gone for a while. God damn it, that just breaks my heart, man. It does. It breaks my heart hearing that, man. All right. The Rock stands firm.
I know. Trust The Rock. The Rock doesn't want to leave either. The Rock loves professional wrestling. The Rock made it cool again.
See?
You made it cool again.
I've been talking about this for a while. I said The Rock is making wrestling cool again. And I said this since the Royal Rumble. So I guess he must be watching YouTube videos of guys on here saying the same thing. And I mean, he did. He made wrestling cool again. Because I'm going to be honest with you, if The Rock didn't insert himself in the storyline, I just thought this shit was boring. I'm like, okay, Cody Rhodes is going to win at Mania. I mean, obviously that's what happened, but the way that they did this storyline, they throw in The Rock and Roman. The Rock cuts a goddamn good promo in the press conference. And it's like, I don't care what these Cody Rhodes fans had to say, and got people all hooked up. And then ended up just making the match official. And then like, oh, bloodline storyline. And how Cody had to wrestle twice. And Roman had to wrestle 2 matches. I thought that this was very good the way they set it up. They got you like all pumped up into it, man. They got you involved into this. So I thought if Triple H has anything to do with this, he did a very damn good job of setting the story. Maybe The Rock set the storyline up. I don't know. Either way, they did a very good job of putting this together. I think all around we can all agree that The Rock sold this fucking story very well. And I think he's even going to end up being champion again. He is. It's just a matter of time before The Rock becomes champion. The question is, when is it going to happen?
Very kind to say it. I don't think they mean it in a kind way.
They're saying, hey, goodbye to Rock. Okay.
But just remember, The Rock is going to go away. But when The Rock comes back, Cody, whether you're champion or you're not champion, The Rock is going to come back for you.
Oh, shots fired by The Rock. Shots fired. He straight up said, whether you're champion or not, when The Rock comes back, he's coming for you. Oh, man, I tell you, it don't get any better than that. Oh, Lord have mercy. Shots fired. Shots fired.
Looking forward to it.
Looking forward to it. Okay, that's Cody Rhodes responding.
The Rock is looking forward to it too. The world is going to look forward to that. Also, one more thing I want you to know, and something very critical. Yesterday, Cody Rhodes at the biggest WrestleMania of all time. Man, you beat Roman Reigns right in the middle of the ring.
He did.
1, 2, 3. However, less than 24 hours before that, The Rock beat you in the middle of the ring.
Oh, you know, that technically is true. The Rock did beat Cody in that tag match. And The Rock put his rock bottom on him and got the 3 count. So that technically is true. The Rock has beat Cody Rhodes. I mean, technically it was a tag match, but still.
1, 2, 3. So Cody Rhodes, your story with Roman Reigns
Is over.
Is over, and you did it. But our story has just begun.
Oh, shit. So The Rock told Cody that our story has just begun. Whoa. I'm wondering if this is going to set up for a Rock versus Cody, WrestleMania. Oh, no. SummerSlam match. Possibly. The Rock versus Cody Rhodes for SummerSlam. Virgil was probably in the locker room going through people's bags.
I believe that because you're the boss, right?
Oh.
You're the final boss, but you're also on the board with TKO. You're my literal boss, right?
Yep.
That is right. Well, I don't dispute that, but I don't think you'll dispute this. I'm the champion.
Ooh. Cody Rhodes says he's a champion.
I am their champion.
Oh.
And boss, that means I'm your
Champion. Oh, shots fired. So now Cody Rhodes is telling The Rock that I'm your champion now. He's telling him flat out, I'm your champion. Hold on real quick. Sorry about that, guys. I don't know if y'all can go ahead and fix that audio real quick. We had a whole bunch of people in here. Now it's only down to 2, but that's all right. The video's almost over anyway. Rocky.
You are their champion. You are the world's champion.
Yeah.
You are my champion. Cody Rhodes, there's one last thing before the final boss rides off into the sunset.
Oh.
I have something to give you. No fireworks.
What's that he put in his hand?
You don't even have to open your hand to know what this is.
What is it?
Don't you ever break my heart again.
Break my heart again.
If you smell what the final boss is cooking.
He put something in his hand, and then I don't know what it was though. I don't know what that was. I have no clue what that was, bro. I don't know what that was The Rock put in his hand. But wow. Obviously, The Rock and Cody are going to have a match. I'm predicting SummerSlam. I think The Rock's going to take maybe a little bit of time off behind the scenes, and then somehow there'll be a match between Cody and The Rock. That's going to be an interesting storyline there, or build to that. Now, the question is, are we going to see The Rock and Roman? Because everybody wants to see that match next year. WrestleMania 41 in Minneapolis. So is Roman Reigns going to be out of wrestling for some time? Looks like he is. Some people say it's related to his bone marrow cancer treatment, and then some people say that he's going to be making movies or something like that, from what I was told. So, wow. I would have to say that the Raw was pretty good. Now, I haven't seen the rest of the show after that, but just a segment between The Rock and Cody, thought it was excellent, man. Now I want to be a kid again. The Rock made wrestling cool again. That he did one hell of a job. The Rock is 52, looks amazing for his age. Still in good shape. Still got a little bit of wrestling in his attributes, and can still go out there and put a good match on, put a good show on. Now, again, is going to come the question is, what happens from here? Well, who's Cody's first opponent coming up on June 9th? That's going to be his first title defense, obviously. For the next pay-per-view, I think it's June the 9th, if I'm correct. I forgot what the name, what show it was, but who's Cody defending the belt against? Who's going to be inserted in the storyline? I heard that the Dragunov, is now on the main roster of Raw. They brought him up from NXT, so that's also another good move too. I didn't see his match, but obviously I think his match takes place right after this segment. But man, I'm telling you, I think that the coverage was good. The press conferences were good. The way that they did this build around WrestleMania, they did this build around Raw, I think it was very good. I think they handled it very well. Very well. And I will say I was very impressed. Very impressed. And the Royal Rumble, Cody won. I was kind of like, me personally, I wanted The Rock to win. It's kind of like wanted The Rock to come out at number 30, but CM Punk gets hurt. So CM Punk never had his match at Mania. Brock Lesnar never had his match at Mania, but maybe they'll be, back for next year. I will say, all in together, I feel like a kid again, a giant kid again watching wrestling, man. I don't know if you guys feel like a child again, but I feel like a kid watching wrestling. This is The Rock made it fun. He made it exciting. And Rock, we'll miss you. It's like now he's saying he's going away for a while. I'm like, oh, no. The Rock's the reason why I'm even watching it. I'm going to miss The Rock. At 52 years old, this dude's still bringing it, bro. Still bringing the fire, bringing the passion. The guy never, he just never forgot his roots. If that makes sense. And altogether, man, I think The Rock is the reason why I'm going to start watching this shit again now. I just hope that wrestling gets at least somewhat entertaining, right? I hope my this fuse doesn't burn out. I'll tell you what, the best reason what makes me a wrestling fan is just all the people I meet. Especially like people online and stuff, and we all talk wrestling. There's no cancel culture, none of that shit, and everybody could just be friends, man. And I always say, you should find something that brings people together. And I think wrestling has always been that way for wrestling fans. Attitude Era, Golden Era, PG, Ruthless Aggression Era, doesn't matter. Like, it brings everybody together, and that's what's exciting about watching wrestling, man. It really does that. It does. I have not seen another sport where random people just start coming up to you and talking to you in the numbers that they do for wrestling events. I've never seen it. I've been to football, basketball games. People, unless they kind of know you, they kind of just, they may say hi, but they leave it at that. Wrestling fans, they don't do that. They actually come up to you. They start communicating with you. You've never met these people. And they welcome you with open arms. And it's an amazing experience, man. I had that at WrestleMania. I went to 2017 Royal Rumble. Randy Orton won. And I had that same feel, man. People were coming up just talking to me and having conversation. I went with Michael Proud, in fact. I went with him. Same guy. In 2017, we went to go see the Royal Rumble. Randy Orton won that Rumble. And that was in San Antonio. We drove to San Antonio for that one. So I had a fun time, man. This WrestleMania really is really worth watching. It was lit, Caitlin. It was. Good show. It was lit. I would recommend you go watch it. The Rock just had a segment right now with Cody. I just reviewed it, so when this video ends, you're more than welcome to rewind it and watch it. And you know, The Rock sold it pretty well. Obviously, The Rock's going to be wrestling Cody. We don't know when. I speculate it's probably most likely going to be SummerSlam. What we're looking at, possibly SummerSlam. The Rock and Cody are going to go at it in the ring. It's only on Peacock to watch. Yeah, I think so, yeah. I believe so, yes. Man, I'll tell you, I went to a restaurant the other day. We went to Big City Wings, and we went to watch the event there. There were wrestling fans everywhere. And all the tables were booked. It was probably maybe like 200 wrestling fans in there, family, friends, all that stuff. And you wouldn't believe the amount of people that are just coming up and talking to you out of nowhere. Like, it's just crazy. Everybody's dressed up in their own little wrestling outfits. And it's nothing beats that experience. Nothing beats a wrestling experience. I had sweet potato fries, and I had boneless wings. I had boneless wings and sweet potato fries. That Big City Wings was fucking fire. Just type in Big City Wings, Katy, Texas, and it'll show up. They got wings like this fat and juicy, tender, very good. The sweet potato fries, they put the cinnamon seasoning on it. And then I like to have ketchup on my sweet potato fries. So side of ketchup and a little side of ranch. Dip a little of that ranch in there. And nothing beats that. And then I had a Diet Pepsi, of course. I like Diet Pepsi. They got other stuff there too. They got these cheese sticks that are like this round. They're like this fat, and they're like this long. And when you bite into it, the cheese just melts and it just drags itself off. It's amazing. But yeah, I had that. But I didn't have I didn't have the you're gonna make me go cook something. Damn, this late at night, girl. Cooking way too late. Girl, you cooking way too late. You know what sucks? I got to work a double tomorrow. In case y'all don't know what a double is, 16 hours. Yeah, the security guard, he wants to go celebrate his birthday. And he said, hey, man, can you cover my shift? I'm like, yeah, fuck it. I don't care. I could use the extra hours. And so I said, yeah, sure. I'll cover your shift. Why not? So I take my socks off because it's getting late. But yeah, I gotta cover my I gotta cover 2 shifts tomorrow. So I'm gonna be working at 7 a.m. and I'm gonna be working till 11 p.m. tomorrow. So I mean, I'm used to it. Oh, you're gonna cook? Sorry, some of my feet be hurting, so doesn't even moving around all day. But yeah, went to Big City Wings. I really don't like eating out anymore. To be honest with you, I don't. And a lot of it has to do with the waiters and waitresses now. They're not the same they used to be. Like when I used to be a waiter, you know, you were grateful for the tips you got. Now they're not that way anymore. They're like rude and disrespectful and entitled. And the waitress like that was serving us was really rude. And we had 4 people there. She asked us at the beginning, do you guys want gratuity? Right? Which, in case y'all don't know what gratuity means, it's like, not gratuity, I mean split checks. She said, do split checks. I said, yes. We all said, yeah, we're going to do a split check, which means everybody pays for their own food, which is common sense. Well, when the bill came out, she had all of our bills together, and then she screwed the whole thing up and then added stuff on there from, like, I think other tables. And we're like, no, this is wrong. Like, you messed the whole thing up. But, like, she then tells us we don't do split checks anymore. I'm like, really? Y'all don't do split checks anymore? She's like, no. I'm like, wait a minute. how do you not do split checks? And so she just was catching attitude. Then she said, "Oh, we've been stopped doing split checks a long time ago." I'm like, "Well, why didn't you tell us at the beginning when you saw 4 people at the table? Like, why you just didn't tell us then?" And like you asked us specifically, "Are we doing a split check? Or are we doing the whole?" And we told her split. That was before we even ordered. So like, why you just didn't tell us at the beginning? And then so on my tab, I had ordered a monster basket. um, you heard Texas got dark. Well, we didn't have a eclipse in the eastern part where I'm at. In the central part, you could see the eclipse. Over here, it just got a little dark for a while. But we didn't. You couldn't. It was not. It was not visible here. No, it wasn't visible here. No. Sorry about that. No, what it wasn't visible here. Nah. But if you went to Central Texas now, like Austin area, um, it was visible there. They could go see it. I had a buddy of mine that lived in Austin. He's like, I can see the eclipse. I'm like, well, I can't. Why can't you? I'm like, because it's dark over here and it's not visible over here. But in Central and West Texas, you could see the eclipse. But over here, no, we couldn't. You saw it with the glasses? Holy shit. Good for you. Good for you. You get to see the eclipse. I'm jealous. I didn't get to see it. A buddy of mine in Memphis said he got to see it. I'm like, oh shit. Lucky you. How come over here we couldn't see it? Maybe it was a good thing because they say that if you see the eclipse without the glasses, it makes you go blind. Or like it messes your your vision up, from what I was told. So I was like, well, I definitely don't want that. Right? I don't want to mess up my vision. Right? Some people say it can make you go blind. Like if you don't have those glasses on, those special glasses. And that's what I was told. So I was like, uh-oh, well, I definitely don't want that. Shut down the computer. You saw it with the glasses? Cool. Let me hit shut down. Come on. Shouldn't take that long to shut the damn computer down. Well, you're lucky, Caitlin, that you got to see it the way that you wanted to. You got to wear your special glasses and you got to see it. It's like, uh-oh. The only thing bad about sitting down is having a... Oh, shit, man. Just having to stretch the fucking leg out. And I'm always having to stretch my leg out all the time. Especially like under here, under the thigh, it gets really like tense sometimes. Especially like sitting on the chair. So. Oh, you didn't see it how you wanted to? Oh, that sucks. So it wasn't visible where you're at in... Where you at in Jersey, right? Lucky you. You got to see it and I didn't. Ain't that a bitch? So at least you got to see it. I didn't get to see it. I didn't get that luxury. I don't want to work 16 hours tomorrow, but I have to. I don't want to, but I have to. I definitely don't want to. Don't want to work 16 tomorrow. So I don't know what's going to happen with the... All I know is the second half of when I'm in there, I'm going to be chilling. The only good thing about working a double is I do get to get a little more breaks. So I get more breaks. So like you get to do a double. So instead of like an hour lunch, I get 2 hours. And then like I get 2 15s, so I get 4 15s. So like 4 15 minutes, and then I get 2 hour lunch. So that's an hour. So 3 hours I literally get to break for out of 16. So I'll be working 13 of the 16. Yeah, I got my coffee. I'll get it for the morning, and then I drink it like sporadically throughout the day. And then once it's about 3, I'm gonna be like, fuck, I'm tired. And then I'll probably take some breaks, and then when I take my lunches, I'm gonna take them all concurrently at once. I'll probably take it about maybe 8, and then like from 8 to 10, I get to chill in the car. And after 10, I'm just gonna be like in the store, just chilling. And then once 11 hits, I'm done. I mean, it's okay. Working a double's all right. It's just what sucks is you get off at 11 only to have to come back to work at 7 a.m. And it's like, that's the only thing I don't like is you got to go back to work the early morning. And that's the only thing I don't like. But, it is what it is. I get the extra hours, right? So you work, get the extra hours. There's nothing wrong with that. I think I like smashed my toe on the fucking door the other day, man. It's like part of it's black, like on the corner end. Like, cause I hit my foot on the door, and I'm like, ouch, that fucking hurts. Nothing is worse than kicking your damn foot there, and And The Rock has come back to, what was it, Philadelphia. I'm excited, man. Yeah, I can see, look, I'll show you where I hit my foot at. Look, hold on. See, that's where I like hit my foot, right here on the door. Not like this one, but that one right here. I like kicked it into the door on this foot here. And I rammed into the door. See, it's got like a little black. It's like, I like kicked it into the door. That's not fun. Definitely not fun when you hit your damn foot into the door. Like, don't recommend it. Okay? So, if you guys got to be very careful when you kick your foot out and you don't watch where you plant your foot or anything like that. Next thing you know, man, you're grabbing your shit, you're grabbing your foot, and you're like, fuck, man, this shit burns. It kind of hurts. It's not fun. I don't recommend anybody to get foot pain. Definitely not. Foot pain is definitely the worst. The worst it is. I wouldn't recommend it for the world. I got my shorts under here. Don't worry, it's not pornography. Just chillax. I'm trying to get a good night's sleep tonight. Hopefully I can get a good night rest. Because I, for one, deserve a good night's sleep. So, yeah, well, that's it for the Rock Cody segment, you guys. You can always rewind the video and get my reaction. And I'm going to go ahead and probably get some sleep. Because God knows that I need a little rest. I need a little rest. Well, I need a little sleep. I gotta catch up on my sleep. Yep. So I'm gonna head up out of here. You guys take care, alright? Peace.